All right, friends, how are you today? It's the 28th of October, 2019. Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope. I tried to do this YouTube live thing this morning. Didn't work. That way it would save, how much time render and upload that whole business. So this was just out. I don't know why. It just was like spinning wheel of death. Anyway, let's get into this. Now I can actually show you the chart, because on YouTube Live I couldn't show you the chart. So, boom! Look at that. I'll be honest, not a terrible amount has changed from yesterday to today. All right. Mars here, 15 degrees. Neptune, 16 degrees. Our expansion. It is extremely important that we understand our expansion does have to do with other people. Okay? Getting over this bump, getting over our own insecurities, getting over our own self-doubt, about the relationships that we're allowed to have with other people, what we are capable, kind of relationships we're capable of having, what kind of relationships we deserve to have, right? We deserve to have beautiful relationships, okay? Mars is perfectly squaring Saturn today. Saturn wants to make it real. This is tension. Okay, now Saturn is sextiling Neptune, and Neptune is quincunxing Mars. Okay, so this little aspect right here, this is create your dreams, go deeper, and other people are part of the answer to your dreams. Okay, and over here we've got the whole gang, the rest of the gang here, the hero of the story, our emotional moon, the lover, the thinker. Right now, Mercury here at 27 degrees is not going to be leaving for, we'll just go days ahead. Watch this. Here's the 29th, 30th, 31st. Oh, look at that. Still at 27 degrees. You thought that was Mercury, but that's actually Venus, right? So Mercury still here at 27 degrees. Still at 27 degrees. Still at 27 degrees. Oh, there goes 26 on November 3rd. Okay, so we have several days of Mercury, our fastest planet in the zodiac. The fastest planet in the solar system, goes around the sun every 88 days. Seemingly stopped. Okay, from today until the 3rd. It's just this little bit of wiggle room. Now it's not really stopped. It's an optical illusion in the sky how Earth is moving and how Mercury is moving together. Okay, so we're going to begin to feel the effects of the Mercury retrograde. Now, don't fear this. Like I've been saying, this is beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. What the universe wants of us right now. Let's cut down to the meat. All right, focus. What the universe wants right now from us is to live our lives to the fullest. It wants us to expand. It wants us to say, look, who are you? Who are you before the world got to you? Who are you before this silly game that we've all been playing? The rules were taught to you, and now you've been playing the rules that were taught to you by somebody else. You know what I mean? If we could just erase the slate, all right, what game would we be playing if this was just us, if we created this ourselves? Well, we're trying to create the life of our dreams here. Now, there's this giant thing, this entity that exists, that other people have created for hundreds and thousands of years. This life, this economy, this system that we have, the governments, the place, things put in its, that's a bunch of stuff, it's just like, who are we in all of this? Who are we in all of, besides all the commercial products being jammed down our throat of who who everybody else wants you to be, who are we, right? And this Scorpio season is going to determine who that is. Who are you? What are you doing here on this planet? Okay? Now, let me show you this again real quick. We still have, this grand kite happening. Okay, this grand water trine. The moon is picking it up now, our emotional moon. All right? And the Neptune here and down to the North Node. So you see the moon and the North Node are making a connection today. What we need, is to go deeper. What we need is to expand our unconscious mind, to expand our dreams, to bring our dreams, our emotions, and all this deep-rooted feelings. Well, what we're doing with all these three, we're bringing them into reality, okay? We're bringing our expansive dreams, our deep, emotions, and our, these deeper feelings of desire. into reality. Okay, Saturn says make it real, make it so. This is extremely important. So, how are we going to make it so? How are we going to dissolve, the world around us and be very honest about who we are, where we're going, and what we're doing in this ocean of chaos? Well, who is that? Timothy Leary, right? So, I'm going to ask 3 questions. These 3 questions I was recently asked, and it really sparked the brain. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. During this Scorpio season, if you knew you were not going to fail, if you knew whatever you had your mind and eyes set on that you were going to succeed, if you knew whatever it was that you wanted to do, you weren't going to fail, what would you be doing? Who would you be? Think about that for a second. If you knew you weren't going to fail, what would you be doing? Who would you be? If you had unlimited resources, millions of dollars, billions of dollars in the bank account, who would you be? What would you be doing with your time? What would you be doing with your life? What would you be doing with your hours of the day? What would you be doing with that money if you had unlimited resources? All right. Third, if you only had 60 days left to live, right? If you only had 60 days left to live, would you be dreading this Mercury retrograde? Probably not. If you only had 60 days left to live, who and what would you be? What would you be doing with your time? What would you be doing with your days? How would you spend your communication? Who would you be spending your time with? All right? Write these 3 questions down. Take some time internally to really figure that stuff out. If we knew we weren't going to fail, what would we be doing? Who would we be? With that level of confidence, not ego, not cockiness, but that confidence of knowing that we could succeed. Like, yeah, it's like, hey, Aaron, can you pick up your phone? Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Like, of course I can. Hey, Aaron, can you fill in the blank? Oh, that's much more difficult. I don't know. Yes. If you knew you weren't going to fail, what would you be? What would you be doing with your day? If you had unlimited resources, what would you be doing? If you only had 60 days left to live, what would you be doing with your time? Very, very important questions. Whatever the answers are to these 3 questions is more important than all the money in your bank account currently. Because that's the truth. Whatever we're writing down here is the ultimate truth. Who would we be doing if we weren't going to fail, or if we had unlimited resources, or if I had very limited time on this planet left? Would my attitude change? Would I ask, so many things, we don't even have to dive further into that, so I just want to leave you with that as we're going to start to slow our mental thought process down, as Mercury starts to begin to slow down the antenna. Mercury's antenna becomes much closer to Earth right now, all right? So we have time to think about these questions. We have time to reevaluate our life, what we're doing with our time, what we're doing with our this physical body, why we have it. I just saw this picture, of Earth basically eating 2 cars, just growing over them and eating them, swallowing up. The same thing's going to happen to us. There's all the global warming and all this stuff, and yeah, it's very, very real. But this planet will survive well beyond us. Our time is very limited here. And what are we doing with it? Who are we connecting with? What are we doing with this very precious time, this precious breath, this precious body? All right, I'm talking too much. Take some time with those questions, marinate on that stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow.